starting from the top, we got or actually starting from the bottom, but there we go. I'm happy and grateful now that I earn $100,000 a week. I am healthy. I am wealthy. It is done. Kim is happy and grateful now for God's giving grace and giving us another day, giving us the opportunity to share this platform. Yolanda's happy and grateful now for life. Derica is happy and grateful now for this journey of wealth. Sade's happy and grateful now for life, health, and growth. King's happy and grateful for drive, ambition, and staying on the right path. Chanel's happy and grateful now that she's a six-figure trader. Platinum 1000 is done by 12/31/2021. I'm happy and grateful now for life, happy and grateful now for the Retired 365 family and consistently profitable days in the market. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. So look, y'all, like we just said, it is the first of the month, y'all. It's the first of the month. It's the last literally 31 days, right? Last 31 days in the entire year, right? And so it's really a great time to really take a 5-minute step back, right? Take a 5-minute step back, identify what was my goal? What was it that I really wanted to do? What was it that I wanted to accomplish when this year started, right? What was my plan? What is it that I wanted to get out of 2021? And ask yourself, did I do that? Did I surround myself around the right individuals? You know, Paris did a phenomenal call with the leaders. We had the Platinum 1000 up call on yesterday. And, you know, he was going over a few things, right? And I want to touch on some of those, and then we're going to go a little bit deeper, right? But one thing that he talked about was growth gaps. And I think this is really, really phenomenal and something that everybody can really have written down. But just understanding the gaps it is that you have getting to where it is you want to go, right? He talked about being intentional with your time, being intentional with everything that you're doing, right? Being knowledgeable about what it is that you are doing, right? Some people feel like they don't have the knowledge to have the results it is that they want. They feel like it's not the right timing. Maybe they made a mistake, right? Or they're scared to make a mistake. You know, I talk about this often, and I want to reiterate it. This is a question actually I heard Paris ask a couple years ago. He said, what is one thing you would do if you knew that you couldn't fail, right? What is one thing that you would do if you knew that you couldn't fail, right? And once you answer that question, ask yourself, why are you not currently doing it, right? Because you're probably scared to make a mistake along the way. And then he talks about perfection, right? But again, you have to start in order to perfect anything it is that you're doing. Many people say, well, I don't feel like it. Well, feeling like it and the result it is that you want are two different things, right? And you got to bridge that gap. And then also he talks about comparing yourself to other people. But one thing that I was listening to, I was I was in my DCX Academy lately, right? And listening to one of the calls, and we talked about this actually last week, how many different ways it is to get paid on this platform, right? How many variety of ways it is between HFX, DCX, and FRX. And then even with inside of those individual disciplines, right? Like, drop a 1 in the chat if when you were a kid, you played any type of video games, right? Drop a 1 in the chat if you've ever played video games. Okay, we got some people that play video games. Drop a 2 in the chat if somebody in your life told you at some point that you play, and Christian actually just said it. Drop a 2 in the chat if anybody told you you're not gonna get anywhere playing video games or playing too many video games, right? Right. So the system that we were brought up under discouraged you from honing skills, and they focused on the skills that they thought were beneficial to a better life, right? People focus on the thing that they think is going to get you to the next level. But the problem with that is they often don't have the success it is that you want, right? Gotta love parents, gotta love mentors, gotta love people that have came before you, especially as a kid, right? You have to kind of respect that, but you also have to have that foresight of, well, there's other ways, other means of getting things out here, right? And I was listening to one of the calls on DCX, and they was talking about the play to earn, right? If you've been plugged into Zach and Jordan Morgan, if you've been plugged into what's his name, Kurt Cobain, and some of those guys, they talk about the play to earn space, right? Where you can actually earn residual income essentially playing video games, right? And I thought that was really cool the way they broke it down. They were talking about it because when we bring people into the business, when we bring people into this space, I talked about it actually on Monday. There's going to be people that love different things. There's going to be people that you talk to that are skateboarders or they love to swim, right? And if you go back 3, 4, 5 years, right? My bad, I didn't mean to do that. If you go back 3, 4, 5 years, the reality is you would have to tell somebody you need to stop playing video games. You would tell somebody you need to focus for a certain period of time, depending on what your goal is to get to that level. And then you fast forward to 2021, and you can say, well, you love playing video games. Well, look, we have a platform that shows you, well, this is the question you got to ask them, right? And as you learn more about it, you can pose this question. I know you love playing video games, especially as you're talking to the 17, 18, 19-year-olds that you know, right? Or the person you know that stays at home, play video games all day. You say, well, does it make sense to play games that you're paying for, or does it make sense to get paid to play the game that you like? And every time, of course, they're going to say, well, I'm already playing the video games. Why not get paid to play the game, right? And it's the same thing we talk about traveling, right? We have travel and lifestyle coming to the platform. So I love the innovations because it allows people to focus on their personal areas where they excel, right? The blockchain is going to be super phenomenal. It's going to be super big. If you see my reel, I was talking about, how you'll be able to be inside, playing your favorite game, doing your favorite thing. And you'll be able to, if you remember those old Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! And all those different games, you'll be like right there with them, like you're in a TV show, right? So 2 years ago, if you were on a call, I was one of those people like, yo, you got to put those games away for a little bit, right? You can't play those games. But now you can put people in a position to say, I just need you to play a different game. I just need you to play a different game because this game's going to pay you $300, $500, $900 plus a month if you're not that good. if you're really, really good, like you really, claim to be, you can get paid thousands of dollars per month, right? And, we talk about an hour a day, 5 days a week in the academy. Well, you can have that hour, 2, 3 hours a day inside of your metaverse, inside of wherever it is that you are. So I just love it. They went through a whole thing in that call. They have, listen, if you're interested in play to earn, they have a whole thing on the DCX. There's a whole favorite section for it, right? But the point of all this is God has to go through different things to get what he wants out of you, right? And you're going to have to go through different things to get to where it is that you really want to go. And we talk about this all the time. You never know where that place actually is, but that place is nothing more than growth. That place is not a place. That place is ever expanding and ever growing, right? Because when you get started, right, I'm sure, let's think back. I see Paris in the chat. Let's think back to 2016, 2017, when Paris first found out about this platform. If Paris, listen, Paris, you let me know if I'm lying. If you knew that 2, 3 years later that e-commerce was going to be coming to the academy, I'm not saying I don't think it would have moved much different, but I think there would have been a different foresight, right? Certain different conversations might have been had, putting people in place, right? Because that was something that he already did years before, right? I'm sure, Charles is, listen, the videos on YouTube, millions of views, right? Millions of views at this point. Charles, you play games, Charles? I don't know if you play games at all. If you play games, all right. He say play games. He say play games. The foresight that they was now. This is what blew me, and this is why you need to get on early. They said, think about the people that's currently playing games. Think about the people that's currently playing games, streaming their games on Twitch, getting paid to play already. Now they're going to be able to stream, get paid to play the game that they're already getting paid for, but then they're going to be able to get paid playing the actual game, whether or not somebody watches. What? You telling me I can sit right here, play games, somebody can watch me play games, I get paid because you're watching me, I get paid for playing the game, and then what? And I earn crypto? Okay. Come on. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. They got NFTs out here. Chris just dropped NFTs. They got NFTs out here that when you invest in that NFT, whatever it is, whether it's that monkey, that giraffe, the penguin, whatever it is, you get access to different clubs, access to different islands, access to different special flight perks. Like I was listening to Gary Vee. He said back in 1996, I think he said it was 1996, in the early 2000s. He said, I was trying to convince people that things would be sold on the internet. That was his challenge 20 years ago, convincing people that things would be sold on the internet. Everybody was like, no, I can't believe it. Of course, what happened? Amazon, right? And everything's on the internet now. Now, we're trying to show people that everything's moving to the blockchain. If you've been listening to anything over there, look, what's going to be happening in a few years? Contracts, all that stuff is going to be all digital. So whether or not people choose to learn what's happening in this space, the people that don't learn are going to be behind. The people that do learn, whether or not you're somebody interested in gaming, guess what? If you're not the person that wants to play the game, you're the person that can own the land. You're the person that can own the place of where the games want to build. You can have a stake inside of the game. So when people come play that game, you make money because they're playing the game that you're invested in. There are so many. We talk about 7 streams of income, y'all. There are more than 7 streams of income in just DCX by itself at this point. And it's still new. It's still growing. If you've been listening to these calls anything longer, even just this year, a year ago, we were talking about it's growing towards $1 trillion. We said it's growing towards $1 trillion. We're now over $2 trillion. What is it? About like a $2 trillion market cap or something like that. And now NFTs themselves are growing towards $1 trillion. I think they're like, 3 trillion. NFTs themselves are now, I think, at half a billion dollars, or $500 billion, something like that, growing towards $1 trillion. So there's individual sectors inside of the entire DeFi and crypto and all that other space that's doing their own things. So what does that mean for each and every single one of us here on this call? Going back to the 5-step, the 24-hour fast start, what is your reason why? What is your reason why? What do you like to do? What things interest you? Because once you figure that out, you'll find your niche inside of this space. Because we've been saying this since the beginning. No, listen, if we go back 2 years, maybe you could say, yeah, I just don't feel that trading thing. Maybe I still don't get it, but you had to be like, well, I don't like trading, and then you had to convince yourself that it was too hard to learn how to push the button, and it was too much effort to go to class for an hour a day to learn something that's going to help make you money when you've been going to school for the last 12, 15, 16 plus years, and they've been making you take classes that you haven't learned anything from. Maybe you could use that excuse. But now, as we continue to expand, there's no limits. There's people that are focusing on DCX. There's people that are focusing on HFX. There's people focusing on Forex. There's people focusing on ECX. And we still got more coming. 2022 is the year we're going to double everything that you think that's so amazing this platform has to offer next year is going to be twice as much. More apps, more softwares, more value, right? Travel, lifestyle, hotels, planes, first class, everything that you can get rewarded for, right? Rewards, stocks is coming. Like everything that you can think of, every way to make money on the internet, if you can access it on this phone or a computer, they're trying to make it available right here on this platform. If you can access it on your phone and there's a way to make money from it, best believe this is the place. Imagine, listen, when I was listening to that one class, he was talking about, he said, well, you might not even have enough. I think it was Axie Infinity. Yeah, it was Axie Infinity. That's one of the games. He said, you might not have enough to be able to purchase whatever it is to be able to play the game yet. They got sponsors. Like you can get sponsors. Hold on. You know how people go and they say, I don't have enough money, so I'm going to drive Uber or Lyft. I've done this before, so I've done Uber and Lyft, right? Drive Uber and Lyft to make a couple extra dollars in order to be able to take care of bills and things like that, right? Imagine being a sponsor or getting hired essentially to play a game. Why? This is hilarious. Imagine getting hired, and people are doing this right now, and they're showing you how to do it on the platform. Just the thing you're paying for is showing you how to get paid. You can get hired to play video games. Yeah, this thing. If you don't have enough money to play the full version, you can play on somebody else's account and earn a percentage until you are able to have enough to be able to do it for yourself. Imagine your part-time job while you're learning this stuff is playing a game, y'all. Like, right, Charles? I know. I was listening to it, and while he was teaching it, he was like, "Don't ask me. I already got enough." He said, "I already got enough people on my thing." Like, listen, but there's people like they were showing how open it is. Like, let's say the game costs, I don't know, $1,000 for you to have this person or something like that. And you say, well, I don't got $1,000. Well, look, you can play for me. You can, help my level increase in this game. And I'm going to give you some of the profits because I don't want to play the game right now. Imagine using a video game as residual income. Like they use the game like he's a what's the word? He's a business owner in the game, essentially. When he doesn't want to play the game, he's hiring other people to play the game for him and paying them a percentage of what he's making in the game for playing for him. Like, y'all. Oh yeah, I already know parents be going crazy. And it's strategic games like that too. Listen, get inside of your academy. All this information isn't go live, first of all. All this information isn't go live. They're telling you the best game. They're telling you all this different stuff. But again, it goes back to what is your reason why? What do you enjoy? What are you good at? Maybe you're going to be the strategic person. Maybe you're going to be the person inside there buying up all the land. Maybe you're going to be a reseller. I don't know what you're going to be in this new world that's being created, right? I don't know. Only you can decide that. But don't be a person in this new world the same person you are in this old world. Don't be the person not getting money, not understanding, being frustrated in life. Come into this world and it's not working. What do I do here? Why is nobody helping me? At some point, we gotta be those problem solvers, right? At some point, we got to come to our own rescue and identify what is going to be that thing that gets me to where it is that I want to go. And identify somebody that's going to help you. You have the people that are going to help you right here on this Zoom. And when I say help, I mean guide. When I say help, I don't mean they're going to play a game for you. When I say help, I don't mean they're going to take trades for you. But they can show you where to get this information. They can show you, okay, based on your reason why, based on your schedule, what is, we're connectors, right? We're tour guides. You came into the platform. Hey, Javon, I don't have a lot of time throughout the day, and my schedule is really crazy, but I still want to be able to make some money, but I'm really limited. All right. We got HFX and we got Forex. Both of them allow you to really make money, and don't take too long. HFX, set aside, 30, 60 minutes for a session in your day. Forex, take your trade and go. That's going to really depend on your personal emotions, emotional intelligence, and all of that, right? To be honest, can we really be honest? Everything in the platform really don't take long. Forex takes 20 seconds, if that, to enter a trade into your phone. The thing that takes long is you watching your trade all day. The thing that takes long is you overthinking the trade that you're already in. HFX, well, yeah, it's high frequency. Like 60 seconds, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I don't care if you're in a 15, 20-minute trade. All you have, even if you are, is the same thing like Forex. Even if you're in a 10-minute trade, you click the button one time. It don't require you staring at the screen. I like seeing it close. That's why I do 1 minute trade. But it don't require you staring at the screen, right? DCX. Invest, buy. Oh, all right, we're going to buy this coin. We're buying Cardano. Bet, buy. That don't take time. Other than the time comes into you learning the skill set, doing your research, learning how to actually do this thing on your own. But actually just doing it when a trade is dropped, when an educator sends a investment idea or something like that, that don't take a lot of time. So it does really come down to, when Paris says it on the call, like, get whichever package fits your budget. If you got the elite package, guess what? Now you need to figure out which one fits your schedule and your temperament. Because when you go to a restaurant, for my non-vegans on the call, if you want some wings, right? You want some wings at a restaurant, I like some wings, right? They're going to ask you, what kind of wings do you want? Well, guess what? You got plain, you got mild, you got medium, you got hot, you got chili pepper something, you got this sweet and sour wings, then you got this like honey chipotle ranch, right? Then you got lemon pepper, then you got all these different flavors, right? I actually already ate, but you got all these different flavors of wings, right? When you go to the restaurant, guess what? They all gonna get you fed. They're all gonna fill your stomach. They all gonna satisfy you. The only real question is, which one do you want? If we at a restaurant and you ask me, I'm gonna tell you the wings I'm about to order. Right? So you can't base your order off of what I'm gonna order unless you like what I like. But at the end of the day, the place gonna come. Now, if I don't like super hot wings, right? If you like hot and I get barbecue or like a mild wing and you eat it, you're like, why this thing not hot? Because I ain't order hot wings. If you want hot wings, get some hot wings. Like, you gotta order what you're gonna like, right? And you gotta also be okay trying the other flavors if they don't have your favorite flavor at that restaurant. I Am Academy might not have had your favorite flavor in 2020. So you might have had to try a couple other flavors until DCX came around and it started booming like it's booming, right? You might have had to try a couple other flavors. But look, I'm gonna do a whole call on this because I just, but you might have had try some other flavors, right? But what most people do, Charles, what most people do is what most people do with these flavors, right, is they don't just try what's on their plate. They look at it and they say, I don't want that. You ain't even tried it yet. You ain't never been to this restaurant before. You don't know what you don't know, right? And if they do try it, and hold on, if they do try it, what they say, they take it like this, they're like, nah, I don't want it. Come on, y'all. You wouldn't treat somebody that came in your business the same way you treat yourself. That's all I'm saying, right? I'm not attacking you. That it just flowed. You wouldn't, if somebody came into business and said, look, I want to make extra money. I need an extra $10,000 a month. All right, cool. We got HFX, Forex, DCM. We got all of this, right? Okay, Forex sounds good. They go through the first 2 videos in the academy. Yeah, I don't think Forex is for me. What? Sir, you haven't even finished the academy yet. You haven't even taken the trade. How you know what's for you? I'm not saying it's going to be your favorite thing, but it's going to get you what you want right now. It's going to hold you over till the meal comes. It's the appetizer. Look, if you've been in the business less than 18 months and maybe you haven't found your groove yet, you haven't found your niche, it's 18 months for a reason, right? During that, and hold on, it's 18 consistent months for a reason. If it's been a period during that 18 months, you fell off, maybe you weren't active, right? Maybe you stopped trading, you stopped building, you stopped being in the academy, your account wasn't active at that time, then that 12, 18 months restarts. I remember when I actually restarted in the business after, because I was really 2017, I came back. I was like, Paris, I was like, I don't want a flyer, sir. Like, no, I'm good. He's like, no, you're restarting. Like, you didn't actually do anything before. I was like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. But if you've been here for 6 months, 12 months, but you're not currently actively doing what you're supposed to be doing, and I'm talking about even from a trading aspect, if you're not currently active and inside of the academy consistently, then you're not at a point to say, I've been putting in my 12 to 18 months of education. If you're not actively building your business, then you haven't put in that 12 to 18 months building the business, right? And we all fall short. Like Paris and Charles was talking about this on the Believe Bigger Faster call. Charles came back, it took 3 years, right? But when it clicked, it clicked. When it was consistent the whole way through, and he did the actions, it happened, right? But that was also previous times where he was consistent through and learning what worked, learning what didn't work, over and over and over again until we can put it all together. You can't put something together. You can't put pieces of a puzzle together if you lost a piece of the puzzle. I want you to imagine you're building this amazing puzzle of financial freedom in your trading, in your investments, in your business, whatever your focus is, right? You're building this big puzzle, And you get to the end, you get to month number 18. You get to a point where you're like, I should be there. And then you realize there's 2 pieces of the puzzle missing. Now you're sick because you got this big gaping hole in the middle of the puzzle. That hole is the time that was missed when you took off that month. Yeah, the stuff going on right now. Things aren't going the way they're supposed to be. Yeah, I was gonna be active, but you know, I had some things I had to take care of. I was gonna go to that conference, right? I know everybody was down there in Houston. It was down there in Palm Beach, but you know, life happened. I understand. I understand. But that's just a hole in that puzzle. So when you go to look at the big picture, you're like, what's missing? Why am I not having $1,000 days at this point? Why am I not having the results it is I thought I would be having after being here for this amount of time? And if we're being honest, y'all remember a call I did, I think it was earlier this year. It was last year actually. I compared the academy to college, right? Through that structure. If you really look at it, most people don't graduate college in 4 years, y'all. Like, y'all know I gotta do it. Let's go ahead and look at the stats. How long does it take to get a bachelor's degree? And I'll be doing stuff live with y'all, so I don't know the results. I just looked on bachelor's degree. Let's see what it says. Let me switch this thing over. Safari. So it's supposed to take 4 years. How long does it take to take people to get a bachelor's degree? Of course, the range is typically between 4 and 6 years. Do they have a stat on this? Let's see. Bachelor's degree stats in USA. Time to degree. Here we go. All right, this is a little bit old, but it says 44% of 2015 and 2016 first-time bachelor degree recipients received their degree in 48 months or less. First enrolling in post-secondary education, 1/2 of those aged 23 or younger graduated in 45 months or less, compared to 162. So where is why they do this? 20. Okay, so only 44% of people, only 44% of people, how many months are in a year? 12, 24. Yeah, that's 4. Okay. The 48 was throwing me off. 40, for those that don't know, 48 is 4 years. 48 months is 4 years. I had to count on my fingers. It's okay. So 44% of people, this is a couple years old, but 44% of people graduate within their first 4 years. Now, if anybody can do math, that is less than half the people that go to school. If y'all can do math, 20% of people are graduating in about 5 years. Another 10% of those people are graduating in about 6 years. Another almost 14% of those people, it's now taking them at least 6 years to graduate. And still another 12% of people take more than 6 years for what's supposed to be a 4-year degree. When we go back and look at the numbers, y'all, it's the same thing in this academy. It says 12 to 18 months, but only about 44% of people probably do it in 12 to 18 months. And it's not because they can't do it. It's not because they're not smart. It's probably not following the play. Whether that's in trading, building, whatever, they're not running the play. And they're learning along the way. Maybe you are running the play. The people that graduated here, you know what that means? They failed a class or two. Maybe they didn't have the money a semester, so it took them a little longer, right? Maybe they got caught up in partying that first or second year, right? Maybe they had relationship issues or something like that. Like stuff happened in their life that caused them to be part of the other 60 or 55%, 56%. It's not that they weren't good enough. They still finished. They still got the degree, which is what they went there for. It just took a little bit longer. So you got to ask yourself, what am I doing to not make it take a little bit longer? That's the call. What am I doing to not make it take a little bit longer? Am I paying my tuition so I can graduate on time? Am I showing up to class so I don't fail that next test? Am I talking to the teacher after class? Did I take a year off? Did I take a year off from school? did I need a gap year in order to, get my mind right? That's fine. It's not fine for the results though. Because the people that take that time, guess what? A good percent of those people don't come back. A good percent of those people end up doing something else and not finishing. And this isn't me promoting a college degree. I'm just saying that was the goal when they started, and many don't finish. And the ones that do finish, as you can see, majority of them, it takes longer than expected. What's going to be the difference here? Are you going to be the percentage of people that graduate, that get to that $5,000, $10,000 per month consistently within their first year, 18 months, 24 months, 36 months, 48 months, or longer? If it took you 3 years to hit chairman, is that too long? If it took you 3 years to consistently have $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 months, is that too long? But don't shoot yourself in the foot along the way by not showing up to class so you can still get that result. There's many educators, many chairmen that still had their jobs along the way till they were able to retire from their job. What did Charles, what's the guy's name? I can't think of the book, but he was like, I'm working part-time on my job. No, I'm working full-time on my job and part-time on my future. Was that Jim Rohn? Eric? No, that wasn't Eric Warren. That was one of them older white dudes. One of them old ones. Yeah, I think it was Jim Rohn. But he was like, yeah, I'm working. Okay, it is Jim Rohn. Thank you. Yeah. He said, somebody said, what do you do? I'm working full-time on my job and part-time on my future. Until you get to the point where you're making enough working part-time on your future as the same amount that you're making working full-time on your job. Right? You want to get your part-time income matching your full-time income. Then you can start to make decisions. Then you can start to think about walking away. You can think about doing all the other stuff when you have the savings and all of that different type of stuff, right? No, you're good, you're good. So that's the call for today, y'all. Didn't want to take too long, but I want you to really, really think about what percentage are you going to fall in? What are you doing to graduate on time? Some people even graduate early, y'all. Are you going to be one of the individuals in that 44%? Everything we do, this right, being here puts you in the top 5%. Thinking, not financially yet. It puts you in the top 5% of the way that those individuals think. But now that you're in the top 5%, you got to become one of the top 5% of your actions. What are you doing? What are you speaking every single day? And what are those things that you're doing to be able to get the results to match now the way that you're thinking? Now you're aware. You can't go back to. Try going back to work. Try going back to the life that you had before this, not you work. Try going back to the life you had before this and not trading. You'll hear somebody talking about Bitcoin and know they talking crazy. Because you know now. But now you got to use what you know to get a result. Don't be the person in 2025 with no Bitcoin or no portfolio at all, right? Don't be the person in 2025 hasn't made no money trading, right? They talking about stocks and Forex and all this other stuff. Something new done came out on the blockchain, right? And you see it, you're like, oh, I was part of that. Oh, IM Academy is the #1 company in the world. Oh, that's I was in that academy before. Look, listen, I'm done. You go back to homecoming sometimes, for those who went to school, right? There's different people at homecoming. You got the person that never went to class and everybody know them, right? They went to school for like 1 or 2 years, then they dropped out. But it's 10 years later and they still showing up to homecoming, but they never got their degree. Like, did you? Oh, what year were you? I was in y'all class. I ain't finished though. Okay, what you doing now? Okay, what you? Not saying that they can't be doing something with their life now. I'm just saying, if they're not doing nothing and they didn't finish, double red flag. Now, if you left and you went and became something, all right, cool. Hey, we appreciate the fact that you came here, you learned your lesson, you changed your life, right? But don't be the person. I was I was part of IM Academy. Look, I was back there 2020, 2021, y'all. Look, we used to have these calls, this, that, the third, right? And now it's 2025. Okay, well, hey, what? So you should have some Ripple, right? Ripple just hit $10,000 or something crazy, and they're like, oh, you should. Oh, you was around. I seen a call. It was an old recording. They dropped this coin back then. Oh, so you were on that call? Yeah, I remember that. Okay, your portfolio probably lit. Nah, I ain't never buy it. Oh, wait, that was in November. My package wasn't active. I wasn't even on the lives. Like, I was there, but I wasn't really there. You know, don't be that person. Don't be that person. That's all. I'm talking crazy. Y'all have an amazing rest of your day. Today is Wednesday. We have no Just Run call today. No Just Run call today. The last Just Run call has ended for the year. If you missed the last Just Run call, I need you to reach out and beg Paris for that recording, right? I hope he has it. I think he recorded it. I don't know where it is, but reach out, get a copy of that recording because it was phenomenal, right? But hope y'all have a great, finish these last 31 days intentionally, powerfully. It's on Facebook. All right, it's in the paid members group, right? We're gonna be clearing out that too, right? Make sure you active. We're gonna be clearing all that out. But yeah, let's have an amazing day. Get inside the academy, hour a day, 5 days a week. I see you in there, Chris. What's up? But y'all have an amazing rest of the week. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Another morning motivation by our very own Mr. Charles Kingdom Cash.